Hi everyone, I'm Nicola from Elimee Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to do that all-important final step for your Twisted Trio ear warmer, and that is how to assemble the knot in the middle. So this is just a plain version. It doesn't have a motif on the back. I just made it out of some variegated yarn that I had in my stash that I really liked. But obviously I'm going to show you how to put it together with one of the motifed versions just to make things a little bit clearer for you. So if I just put this one to one side, here you can see the currently flat version of the large hearts motif. All importantly, there is a stitch marker here which shows me which side is the right side of my work. I will also need a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle. So if I remove those just for the moment, you should at the starting end have woven in your end. So there should be nothing sticking out here. And if you go across your ear warmer to the other side, you should have a nice long tail, and that's what you're going to be using to weave in. So because you've left a nice long tail, I find that I can usually attach my tapestry needle now and it doesn't tend to fall off when I'm doing the manipulation. Famous last words, but we shall see. So what I want you to do is to take your starting end. So you've got the right side of your work facing you, and you're going to make a C shape just by folding it in half like this. You are going to do exactly the same with your other end. And so you've got two C shapes. Now what you now need to do is to pop the two C shapes together so that they're interlocking. So I'm just going to undo this one for a moment just to make it a bit easier. I'm going to slot that in the middle, try and make sure that all of your ends are at the same height, and then wrap it around to reform that C shape. There we go. So you've got your tail end here that you're going to be using for weaving. You've got your two interlocking C's. Now I'm just going to turn this around so that my tail end is on the right hand side, just because I am right-handed. Left-handed people might find it a bit easier on the other side. Again, just making sure that all those ends are at the same height. So all I'm going to do to make the knot portion is use my tapestry needle to weave backwards and forwards along this C shape to secure all of these ends together. So I'm going to start at my right side just because I am right-handed, and make sure that you get through all four of those layers. Otherwise, regardless of how tight you pull, you'll find that you end up with a hole in your knot. So pull it tight, make sure you give that a good yank just so there's not too much slack in it, and then keep moving along. So how many times you do this across the edge of your ear warmer will depend on which size you have made. This is the, there we go, medium adult, but it is essentially personal preference as to how many times you feel will make it secure. And nearly there. Just keep going until you get to the end. Feel free to fast forward this bit. Okay, so I'm almost at the end. What I now tend to do, just to make things extra secure, is I then turn it around and weave back the other way. So I'm just going to get that very end section. There we go. And now I'm going to start weaving back along the edge that I've already secured, just because I want to make sure I'm not going to end up with any holes. Keep pulling it nice and tight. And then again, we're at that very end section. So this time when I reach the end, I tend to go through the same part once more. Don't pull it quite all the way, and then pop my needle through the loop and give it a good yank to make a knot. I then turn and weave in a little bit just to hide my tail before I chop it. There we go. And I've pulled off my tapestry needle and I'm just going to cut my loose end. So you've now got all 4 of those layers nicely stuck together with your weaving. All you're going to do now is open your work back out, flip it, handy stitch marker here to tell you where the right side is, so that the right side is now back on the outside. Fiddle around with it until you're happy with the appearance of your knot. There we go. And now my earwarmer has a knot. So just for those of you who haven't come across the Twisted Trio earwarmer, as I said, this is the large heart version. Some people like to wear the knot at the back of the head, some at the front of the head. Personally, I like to wear it at the front as a feature. I'm just going to show you a few of the other designs. I don't quite have all of them to hand. If you check out the pattern listing on Ravelry or Etsy, then you'll get to see them all. So this is the smaller heart version in pink and yellow, which I made for my daughter. So this, I believe, is the 4 to 12 year size. Then I've got the large zigzag. Again, medium adult because it was for me. I did make a lot of these in my size. The smaller zigzag version, which I believe is the 1 to 2 year that I made for my niece, with a lovely little knot on the front. I have a plain version made in a different type of variegated yarn, so this has got longer colour changes, just so that you can see what it looks like. And the last one I have to hand is the large rainbow version. So unfortunately, the small rainbow version, which is the only one of the 6 motifs that I am missing right now, has already been gifted to one of my daughter's friends. I will be making another one just because my daughters love rainbows. But yeah, so I hope that you like the pattern. I hope that you found the video useful and helpful. If there's anything that you would like me to go over again, or if there's anything in any of my other patterns that you'd like me to do a video to explain, please just comment below and I'll do my best to help you out. As I said, I'll drop all of the links below, just say anything that I think might be helpful for you, the yarn I used, the pattern I used. But yeah, I hope that you had fun making these earwarmers. Bye-bye.